Okay, so today we're going to start the last section. We'll review this tomorrow, and then your test will be on Friday. And then you can end not worry about geometry over the long break. Okay. So you're going to need to write down some definitions. If you use notebooks or index cards or whatever you use, you're going to want to write these down. Are we missing somebody? Oh, no. You're sitting differently. Did everybody get one? Did you get? Okay. The first thing we want to talk about is the idea of a median. Okay. And let's make a triangle. Okay. A median is a line segment that goes from the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay? So in this triangle, ABC, AD is a median because AD bisects BC. What would be another median, Annie?
You mean to draw another one?
Yeah, you see like this, right?
Couldn't you also do like one in between A, B, and AC?
Yeah. A,
B.
from here to here. Call that F if you wanted to. Okay? That's the idea of a median. So if you know if you have a median, it bisects the opposite line, the opposite side of a triangle. Any questions on a median?
No, we're just basically just cuts it in half.
All right. Now we have the idea of an altitude. Okay. Let's see. An altitude is a line segment that goes from the vertex to the opposite side, creating a right angle. Okay? So if it makes a right angle, that's an altitude. And just like there's three medians in a triangle, there are three altitudes as well. So they're not always easy to draw to make a right angle, because I made that almost right. So I probably should have made a different triangle. That's almost looks like a right triangle, but I'll call it like something like that. Made a right angle. And then, what are the colors? Didn't I use pink?
That's a real nice right angle there, Mr. Sager.
No, I meant to make that pink. But. So there's three altitudes, and that's, I could have drawn a better triangle so that they were more in the middle. But anyway, they're not always on the inside. Medians are always on the inside of a triangle. And the medians, by the way, always intersect. Notice up here that all three of those lines intersected each other. Medians are always in the center of a triangle and intersect. Altitudes aren't. So, for example, I could have an obtuse triangle.
So the medians always bisect something?
No, they intersect.
I didn't. No, I just said they intersect. they all intersect in the center of a triangle.
Sorry.
Okay. So here I have an altitude here. I have an altitude here, which is going to form a right angle. But notice that from this vertex down here, if I want an altitude, I would have to sort of extend that line over to find my altitude. So my altitude there is going to be outside of my triangle. And similarly, since these things are not the easiest. But if I wanted to extend, let me put it down a little here. I certainly could
And then, yeah.
extend that. And then I could also have another altitude there. So I have 3 altitudes and 3 medians. So they may be inside, they may be outside of the triangle. All right. And an altitude could technically be a part of a triangle. So, for example, this is already a right triangle. So, this vertex, this side of the triangle is technically is the altitude because you have a right triangle already. Okay? All right. That's altitude. And then finally, we have the idea of a perpendicular bisector. Of a segment, a perpendicular bisector. So, I'll call this AB, and I'll call this XY. Okay, so, and let's put some points on here so we know what we got happening here. Okay, so a line, a ray, or a segment perpendicular to a given segment at its midpoint is a perpendicular bisector. So, if I have line segment AB here, line XY, because this could extend out, right? Line XY is a perpendicular bisector of this segment because it forms a right angle, making it perpendicular, and it separates this into 2 even parts. That makes it a bisector. So perpendicular bisector. But also, ray XY is also a perpendicular bisector. Also, ray YX is a perpendicular bisector. Also, line segment XY is a perpendicular bisector. So a line, a ray, or a line segment which is perpendicular and bisects another given segment is a perpendicular bisector. All right. So let's draw some triangles. Let's start with this one. Come on up, Joe. And this will be B. Come on up, Joe.
Oh, still picking off on the seat. I'm writing down the.
All right. So, draw median from A. Keep going. You're all right. Just keep going. All right. Good job. Now draw an altitude from A. Well, it's about the same, isn't it, for that one? So let's.
From B.
Yeah, draw me an altitude from B. Good idea. Well, be careful. Hang on. Let go of that. You want what's an altitude you want to do?
Create a right angle. Right.
So you want to create a right angle. So how are you gonna? You don't want to make a. You're not going to the midpoint. You want to go over to that opposite side so you make a right angle. Has everyone seen how they would draw that? And you draw that on your sheet if you don't see it. Okay, look at it like this. See, I got a right angle. Go to from B to A. That's the side of the triangle.
You can't get that unless it's a right triangle.
How would you know?
It doesn't look like a right angle.
Well, it's close as you can get. I mean, you could. I don't have a protractor here. Does that look better like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good job. They're not absolute, but because I don't have a protractor, you could get a protractor and measure 90 degrees to draw. But, okay. Why don't you climb up, Annie? Show me what a perpendicular bisector of AB. Draw a perpendicular bisector of AB.
Alright.
Let's do red. So this is AB, so you want to give me a perpendicular bisector
Of this.
of AB.
So it has to form a right angle. So I would be like drawing you.
Well, the first thing you want to find is the midpoint. 'Cause for it to be a bisector, it has to make this in even points, right? So we could call it like there, maybe in the middle. Then you just want anything that goes through it at a right angle. So see, this segment could be one, or you could have this whole line, or you could have went like this and drew a ray out to here. Okay.
Or we could have gone the other way and draw a ray.
Good. All right. Does anybody have any questions on those? Go on ahead on the bottom of your sheet. Fill in 2 and 3 at the bottom. I'll give you a second to do that. It says for those triangles, we just did one. So for triangles 2 and 3, draw a median from A, the altitude from A, and the perpendicular bisector of AB. So go ahead and do that for number 2 and number 3. Just draw them right on your page, and then we'll go through them. What number? So you're drawing the median from A.
Does that have to come right
From A, from the vertex of A.
is? Does that have to come there? Or can it go from the side? Cause
No, it goes right from the middle of A, right from point A. So median says it cuts it in half, right? So that's your median.
So this is all our test is about? Is
No.
I was like,
I want you to understand these before we get into the problems.
oh, okay.
This is a median.
I like the part with right triangles where they have you find the altitude of A.
So I'll do my median in blue. My altitude is fairly easy because it's just going to be my side, right? Does everybody get that?
Yeah, I
Side
love
of my
that.
triangle. And then it wanted a perpendicular bisector of AB. So let's get fancy. You can do anything you want, but I want to say, I want to call it, oh my goodness.
Was that?
Oh yeah.
What in the world?
You're not gonna miss anything.
Telling
The
you.
whole black.
So I made this ray here, okay?
Wait, so like you can just get anything
it was a
from
polka
the triangle
dot.
as long as it bisects?
As long as these are even, as long as
Can I do my homework
this
on
point here, we'll call this x, as long as AX is congruent to BX, as long as that's true, if it's a bisector, and as long as it forms a right angle here, that's perpendicular. I could have drawn a ray in either direction, or I could have drawn a whole line or a line segment. Doesn't matter. Okay? Does everyone got number 3 done? Did everybody draw something for number 3?
Not yet.
All right, finish number 3, and while I'm doing it up
Oh,
here.
number 3?
My bad. Is one of those obtuse ones where you go the altitude from the top to the...
You tell me.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right.
I drew the altitude from the tip straight down.
Wonderful.
Probably me too.
B, C. Okay. So did everybody get your median? Notice my median is going to go right from the center of BC all the way up to my vertex, right? That's my median.
Looks like a road going into infinity.
Wonderful. And yes, Joe, my altitude comes right down there.
Okay.
Right
Gotta make a right angle. And then they wanted a bisector, so we'll do that again.
I didn't do my homework on the board. On nothing. That'd be so much more fun. Go big and green.
That line segment will bisect. If I move it up a little bit. All right. Any questions on these? Let's go on to the back. So once you understand what these things are, then the questions really aren't that hard. So we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on the questions. So if AB, which is a number, right? That's a measurement, is equal to BC, then what is the median of triangle APC, Sal?
B?
I'm sorry?
B.
Well,
Right?
B is a point, and a median isn't a point, it's a line segment, right?
Oh, BP? Or PB?
PB, yes. All right, Michael. If PC is a perpendicular bisector of something, then BC is equal to DC.
DD.
BD, line segment BD, right? Good.
Oh, these things? Oh, I like this.
Jordan, number 6. If angle APD is a right angle, then what and what are altitudes of APD?
BP and CP.
Say that again.
Wait, no.
Two line segments. If APD, if APD is a right angle, that top angle at the top is a right angle, then what are the altitudes of APD? No. PD is the side of a triangle. Let's look at this. This is our triangle here. Okay.
Why did you do that for me when I was trying to draw a straight line?
A, P, B, C. Okay, this is your triangle. What they're saying is that this angle up here is a right angle. Okay? So what they're asking is, what do you have that are altitudes? What are your altitudes? Altitudes just form right angles. So you want the two line segments that form right angles. Molly, can you help? Remember what I told you before, is that a side of a triangle can be an altitude if it's a right triangle.
So wait.
Some BC and CD.
BC?
Is it
This
AP
here?
and
It's a line that forms a right angle. Look at this. This
Right.
is BC here. There's only two lines here. PD and AP.
I said that.
I said P.
Oh, did I miss? I think I said B. I'm sorry. Did you say
I
P?
said.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, I
Oh.
missed it.
Because I was getting confused as to what
Well, then the rest of you say, I don't know.
I always like,
It's the
huh?
two sides.
What is it?
All right, I'm sorry. I misheard what he said then. Okay. Annie, number 7. If PC is a median of triangle PBD, then what and what are equal?
Then triangle.
No triangle.
Oh, then. Wouldn't it be that line segment?
It's not a line segment. See, there's an equal sign, so it's just a measurement.
Oh,
Line segments are congruent, not equal, right? Okay, what are they? All right, please don't give her the answers, because it's going to help her more if she works through it, because you're not going to be giving her the answers on the test.
then wouldn't it be the two triangles? So it would be.
It says that PC here, PC, is a median of what? BD. So if this is a median of this triangle here, then what segments are congruent?
So B.
These segments are congruent, which means the measure of BC equals CD.
So it would be.
Number 8, Sal.
If BC is equal to CD, then BC is equal to BD, then so perpendicular means it makes a right angle?
It's a perpendicular bisector. It means it makes a right angle and it cuts
Oh,
in half.
bisector. I didn't see the rest of it.
PC and BD.
So it'd be...
And then the last one, fill in your sheets if you want to study AC, is angle ACP. Okay, the homework's on the board. We'll review the rest of it tomorrow and then
You want
test on
yesterday's homework?
Friday. What?
Did you want yesterday?
Yeah, throw it in the bin on your way out.
Only on Tuesdays. You're very welcome.
Sale. Is that your homework you're turning in?
No,
I thought you left it at home.
I did. I just wasn't sure.
You just
do I
copied
turn-
mine and now you're going to hand it in.
No, I left some of them. I left the ones blank. Do you want me to bring in the other stuff?
I don't know. I don't know what I want you to do. I know I don't want you to just copy my answers and turn them in at the end of the period. I don't learn anything.
No, I did it last night. They can say I did it.
All right, so bring in what you had. Just bring it in tomorrow.
Okay.
Bring it in your work. Have a good time, guys.
Aaron, you keep going. It's all right.
Huh?